A little nervous, first time telling my story. So they asked me to tell you how LD's helped my life, but in order to do that, I need to give a little history on how I ended up here. And so it all started pretty much from when I can remember. I had extreme anxiety, worried that a natural disaster was going to get me, or that my dad was going to die on a tractor, or all that kind of stuff. And then by 14, the depression set in, and my parents tried every antidepressant out there, and none of them worked. And sometime in my teen years, a voice came, but I didn't really know what was a voice at the time. And so that was up to 18, and then at 18, my girlfriend at the time got pregnant, and I had to get married. And so I went to work as a carpet layer, tile setter, but my OCD was extremely bad, and the voice was pretty bad, but I didn't really realize the voice was not normal until years later. But anyway, so then the OCD took over, and I was spending 7 hours a day, 24/7 working. I'd work like 21 days straight, 13, 14 hours, because I had to have everything just exactly perfect. And it got to the point where I couldn't even go back to the jobs because I was so, I felt so bad about the mistakes and the flaws and all that stuff. So, and then at that time it was 2008, and the financial crisis hit with the housing market crashing. Lost everything, my home, my marriage, went back to live with my parents, went back to college, but still fighting the psychoses, which I had no clue that's what they were at the time. And then went through college, became an accountant for 11 years, but at the end of it, my OCD got so bad that I couldn't do emails. I would write emails, and I'd spend hours and hours because they didn't sound exactly how I wanted to do them. I'd go through the books, and then I'd get home at night, and I'd be like, oh, what about this, what about that? Go back and go through the books, going through them like 10, 15 times. I quit billing most of my hours, and so I lost my house. And at that time, my daughter moved to California. She was 18, and that's when I went into my deep, deep psychosis, and ended up on B-Med for the first time. Didn't buy into it the first time. I went to B-Med. I got better for 6 or 7 months, not real better, just a little bit better. And I quit taking my medications, went into psychosis. Throughout that time, 3 or 4 times I went on and off my medications, and then the final time, for about 6 years, I got isolated in my room. I didn't come out. I would eat every 2 or 3 days, and I wouldn't sleep. I just sat in my room watching. I didn't watch TV even because it was, my brain just wouldn't let me. The voice was just so loud. And then ended up on in September of last year, I quit all my medications, quit my Medicaid, my therapist. I thought the government was out to get me. Was terrified, went through huge withdrawals. And so then in March, I finally called my daughter and said, you know, if you don't take me in today, I probably won't be here tomorrow. And so she took me up to B-Med, and that was the best experience I've had besides Elevate. Elevate is by far the best thing that's ever happened in my life. I'm now not isolating. I come 5 days a week. I go to my therapist. I'm in DBT. I'm doing everything I can to make myself better, not just, the hardest part of this whole ordeal was I kept going, I'm not mentally ill, you're just trying to get sympathy. That's what the voice was telling me, you're so full of it, and so it was so hard, but the biggest thing about it is asking for help, and Elevate staff has been amazing. I feel like I've gained a whole brand new family. You come in today, you see everybody. It's amazing that people don't even know that something's going on, but they can see it in your face because they've been there, and they just come and help you out, come talk to you. If you say you don't want to talk, they give you your space because they know how it is. So that's my story. Thank you for letting me share.